those people wrong. We'll see if they can do that. They'll be starting on the CT side of Anubis. Can't wait till everybody can enjoy the new and improved water in CS2. Who knows when that's coming though. CSGO for now. The Julies will be out for the fearless leader of INS. A quick look, see and falling back. Not the only one with Julies though, as we see Liaz here as well. So GamerLegion won't have any losses at the beginning. Aiko will be creeping with the P250 raid boss. Always good for a nasty poke at range. A lot of time for GamerLegion here as well.
Yeah, they seem happy to play the clock on this occasion. Grayhound still in some forward positions though. Alistair so hungry for info. He'll spot those players into top mid, across to the right side. So looks like GamerLegion are now starting to group up outside of B. Not much utility, but at least the one smoke and flash for them to work with. See if they can overrun this bomb site.
Have you got the taps then, Sico? Because there are a lot of people coming your way. Liaz is here for help. Still 10 on the server. 35 seconds to go. Vault creating space and delivering that opening frag. Sico will get traded immediately. We will have some issues here for Grayhound. I'm surely going to get planted soon with 25 seconds on the clock. 3 versus 4 in. Still having a look. There are so many players there, but the bomb's on rotation. Where's the bomb off to? There's 18 seconds. Back and forth it goes. Maybe trying to pull rotation as Alistair is still on the site itself. This is getting so awkward now for GamerLegion. They may have thrown this one away. Have they got enough time? Beckside's on the bomb site, and Volt's desperately got to try and plant this with 4 HP. Oh god, that one was quite hairy and deep, but the job's not done just yet. Aiko trying to hold things down. Again, Volt is so close to death here. Surely it's instant now. Oh, then that's going to be instant as well from INS. Finding a second after dropping Volt. That turned so awkward for GamerLegion.
Yeah, great clutch from INS, but man, GamerLegion, I think just lost track of the time there, lost track of how little time was remaining. Choosing to go back was such a big error. It allows Alistair to flank all the way around from mid, sneak his way back onto this pillar position. Because they cleared the site previously, they didn't really expect him to be in that spot, so he's able to get 2 kills. Grayhound able to turn it round. Credit to INS there. Still not easy to pull off that clutch, but the Julies deliver. GamerLegion maybe just slightly hesitating there, getting a bit ahead of themselves. Grayhound will take it. Well recovered. With that bomb plant, though, obviously we will get that force from GamerLegion. Still work to do for the CTs.
Early warning system. Grayhound delivering a nice grenade to Aiko. Tell them that nothing is for free in this game of Anubis. One of the maps which the casual community, if you will, took a significant liking to fairly early. Not an easy task to do. And again, those grenades will continue. Good use of time by the CT side. The Vexite's holding a smoke for the time being, and they will have some incendiaries as well. So there may be time pressure here for GamerLegion once they finally choose to strike. You can see them fishing for a 5-on-4, but Grayhound are not really giving it to them in the places where GamerLegion are looking. Dropping some grenades in towards that A-bomb site. Vexite still has an incendiary with 40 seconds on the clock, and there's no commitment here. Keoz' position is going to be key. He has to find something. Vexite tries to hold down 2 angles there. That incendiary will certainly help, but Keoz has found an angle onto Alistair, and it could be problems here for Grayhound after all. 25 seconds, bomb's been dropped though, as INS tries to stay alive. He's trying to kill that clock, but he runs into the scouts of Aiko. 4-on-2 now for GamerLegion. The patience has paid off, and things are looking very good for them indeed.
By looking good. Sico will try and stick around, but he needs something pretty quick here to give his team a chance. No kit currently. I think they've realized that might be too tricky, and they're not even ready for isak, who's pushed all the way through. This is that force back from GamerLegion. And honestly, I feel like Grayhound maybe should have had the info there. They pushed out through B. Looked like they maybe should have been aware that an A split was most likely the option late in the round. It's just that one fight in mid that goes against Alistair that really puts the players on the site in a tricky position, getting crunched from 2 angles. credit to GamerLegion. This time they keep their cool in the late round. The force back works.
Alice, of course, off guard by Keoz' position. That made all the difference. GamerLegion had to find something in that mid spot. That is exactly what happened. Utility usage for Grayhound wasn't enough. That'll put them on the back foot then on the CT side. It was looking promising after the pistol. Blink of an eye, things are looking dramatically different then. GamerLegion not shy for these slower rounds. Again, a utility from the beginning with those grenades being answered there by GamerLegion. Didn't connect, but letting them know they've got HEs as well. Water soul for Grayhound then, and only utility will allow. But again, if you're gonna have an issue like that, best to have it as early as possible. Happens at a crucial time later, then that could be curtains. But early on, expensive lesson learned. Plenty of dangerous pistols in this round for GamerLegion to deal with, but they caught nice map control.
Mac 10 will spot a few too many players, but the bomb is in position to quickly move back to A. And with those players moving up mid as well, Inz is completely isolated here. He will have to deliver massive damage. Keoz finally falls. That's one side of the push dealt with, so the bomb will go down 5 on 3. GamerLegion still in a pretty good position though. The weapon's so strong here. You can see the rifle starting to clean up, but it is back to a 2 on 2. Isak moving in from mid, still hoping he can catch a player off guard. Grayhound have just taken a little bit of time now, and without that kit in play in this round, that could be costly for them. Smoke up. Alistair arriving on the flank. They might not expect him so late on, but Volt does look back. Now Sico realizes too tricky to pull this one off. Decent damage. It was competitive. It's another GamerLegion round.
Yeah, the frags will certainly help Grayhound keep the key trying to be on it. Hope things getting out of hand too early. But indeed, it will be a stunted start for Grayhound on their CT side all the same. They must invest into this one. Or the expendable man of the MAC-10 there, swinging for the information. Multi-frag's important for neaLaN in this situation. That deagle kill we saw as well, kind of reminiscent of the angles on the train where the guy with the rifle is forced to engage at a very tight angle. Makes it easier to find a kill with those Desert Eagle there. Not enough on this occasion, of course. Molly towards the door. That'll force the CTs forward, maybe into the hands of Keoz. Find a little space.
Does he still clear this right side? Get awkward now. Still a couple of players there.
What's Alistair? He's trying to be the bait there, trying to draw him into a trap. That'll isolate the fight. What's the USPs? Can they protect that gun? That's another question now. See neaLaN moving forward. He needs to get an AK out of their hand. That's one way to do it. Promising start from neaLaN. 5 kills in these early rounds. Again, not much to be invested here for Grayhound. This is a throwaway round. Few kills. 2 kills, I think, would be a good round for them in this scenario.
Yeah, really damage is all you can hope for here, especially with those kills coming in from neaLaN. neaLaN has been a pretty... Oh, wow. That dink nearly gets him. He's lucky to sneak by there. Yeah, neaLaN in general has been a pretty poor fragging IGL. But recently at Gamers 8, he did have that really good series against Apex, where he was, I think, maybe even top of the team. So, maybe capable of turning his individual form around. I do like the start we're getting from GamerLegion. They do look very controlled into the mid and late round. At the same time, though, Grayhound have been throwing in some CT aggression at the right times in the mid to late round. I hope they continue with that because they might get the information they need to be able to rotate and stack the right sites. Now that we get into the gun rounds, we'll get to see if that does continue on the Grayhound side. Warp out for Alistair at the cost of Kevlar. They definitely want to focus on into this one. Looks like GamerLegion will again spread out into that default. Happy to run the clock down as they have been in these previous rounds.
Alistair, so I'm being a real prat today. I muted my mic for the broadcast because I was coughing and didn't unmute it. Anyway, I think the aim punch maybe sent Alistair's crosshair into the wall there. It'll be interesting. We can see that later on. Very costly early loss here for Grayhound. 5-on-4 for GamerLegion, and Vault has yet more information. So this is looking like quite a pricey start to Anubis for Grayhound. Wonder how much is left for the remainder of the squad currently on that D bomb site. That flash will tell them at distance that they've lost all position. I'm not sure if there's anything left for them to go for in this round. Try to hold position, but Isak might have something to say about that as well. GamerLegion firmly in control at the beginning of Anubis.
Isak will move in, and Sico will deny. So saving 3 guns would be ideal for Grayhound. Try and keep that economy up for the next round. Pretty interesting maneuvers there, back and forth. After Volt gets the kill, he falls back because he's low on health. And I think part of the reason Inns goes for that further aggression is because he figures, okay, well, the AWPer landed a leg shot onto Volt. So Volt will probably back up. Maybe I can take this space back. But then Volt was actually even ahead of that. He clearly read that Inns was going to go aggressive. Just got to a position that wasn't going to be cleared. So really smart play from Volt there. Good start to the game from him. And GamerLegion will continue to stack that cash with another convincing round win.
Yeah, we haven't seen the strength we're looking for from Grayhound just yet, and maybe feeling that as well. They'll go for a timeout. This is their pick, and so far it has been somewhat lacking. GamerLegion happy to dictate the pace. We'll see if Grayhound can find a way to turn things around. I am actually, if they are to be victorious, I don't think I've asked the guys before how they deal with the jet lag coming from Australia to Europe and so on. When I went to Australia, I didn't really have, I didn't feel like I had jet lag. I went a few days early, and if I was tired, I had a nap, and apart from that, I was kind of good to go. But coming this way, I'm very curious to see how they deal with the back and forth. They're going to keep their money together, so they'll have a full buy in the next round. It will be pistols for the players we lost. Sico having an early look with his AWP. The granddad of the team at 26 years old. The rest are about 21 average. Yeah, not too shy on the time, GamerLegion. Very, what nice flick there, and both will remain on around 20 HP.
Like that utility GamerLegion used, try and set up A-core on those different angles. Just didn't work for the kill, and now with Vexite getting a frag of his own, Grayhound might have their best chance yet at a round win in a while.
So much talent on this Grayhound squad. But as they start to come to strength, Liaz has been a key piece for quite a while. But again, a cold start for Grayhound at the moment. GamerLegion happy to play at the slow round. Give Grayhound an opportunity to make their plays and so on. This is a 5-on-4 though for Grayhound. This is where those pistols can start to cause some chaos, draw the crosshairs away, allow the rifles to do the work. Sico getting tagged earlier could be a problem though. We'll see how that one goes. But neaLaN creeping in dry. He's looking the wrong way though. There's a spam from Alistair, and it gets even worse. Only Volt remains 1 versus 5. There are no kills in this round. An instant trade towards the end, and that's worked out very well for Grayhound. Very well indeed.
It looked like Sico just had a lineup through the smoke there and got 2 kills on the spray. Or maybe there was a gap. Either way, on the kill feed, it said both were through the smoke. That made such a difference because you're not meant to have a crossfire there. That's that first kill from Vexite. Alistair sneaky in the corner. It is just a good angle from Sico. Double spray down through the smoke. Beautifully done. Something for Grayhound to get excited about.
I guess they just thought Grayhound wouldn't be in that corner without holding a deeper angle, so they didn't check it properly. That's given Grayhound an unexpected round, but there's a complete change of pace here from GamerLegion. We've got stereo frags on the B-bomb site, which will mark the end of the round immediately. Grayhound have lost all position. This time on the opposite side of the map, 3 remaining with nothing left to do. Instant response from GamerLegion, an angry GamerLegion, storming straight into the B-bomb site.
I actually love the timing of that call. I mean, firstly, because, as you said, it has been slow rounds up until this point. But secondly, because you do kind of know that Grayhound are going to spend a bit of time celebrating that previous round. And maybe for the first 5 or 10 seconds, they're just not as ready as they maybe should be. GamerLegion pounce on that. They move so quickly into the B site. Fantastic time for neaLaN to call that switch in pace. You see Grayhound get caught massively off guard by that. So it's a 5-2 lead for GamerLegion. Grayhound don't have to be too terrified yet, because you even heard pro players say recently, it was Nuts in that interview that said he actually thinks Anubis is broken because it is T-sided. So you do expect the T side to come out with more rounds on this map. It is still a really solid start here from GamerLegion.
Oh, that could be an early opening for GamerLegion. Indeed, it will be. There are reinforcements here, though. Hasn't been hurt. He's creeping in. Just the one. That's not going to be enough for Grayhound. 3 on 4 very quickly, escalating all too fast for Grayhound is round number 8. GamerLegion with massive map control now. Grayhound will have to take some gambles.
Loving this fast play. Sneak into A, and Keoz is the man to get the kill. Alistair stuck between a couple of angles there. If he landed a shot, he would have been taken down on the flank. So well coordinated from GamerLegion. And I'm loving that these faster plays are coming with some really solid utility. It's not always easy to do that right at the start of the round. They had those mollies into mid. They made sure that Grayhound's positions were limited in that position. It's not just fast plays relying on pure aim and skill. It's definitely the utility behind it as well. GamerLegion looking really good early here on Anubis. Not a map you see them play all that often, but it's one that's working out for them at the start of this match.
Yeah, this is looking like a rout at the moment. Grayhound need to find a way to turn things around quickly to have some kind of advantage to GamerLegion. Been very difficult to do in what we've seen so far. Haven't really had any control in any of these rounds. But they've got a good buy in round 9. And an opportunity to turn things around. Maybe it's a question of getting Alistair in the right place at the beginning of the right round. Not shy to go for aggression again in that mid position. Will GamerLegion dictate the pace, change the pace to a slow one once again? Because if so, it makes it hard to get aggressive, but Vexite will find a way to do that anyway. A call with that position may give some intel as to where the rest of GamerLegion are. A promising 5-on-4 for Grayhound. This is the kind of start they've been looking for all half.
Yeah, really nice for Vexite to get involved in the early round as well. He's one of their most talented players, and he's also the player that takes the most opening duels on this team. So if he can get them off to those good starts in these rounds, maybe that can help change things for them. I love that they go for that mid-aggression again, even though it just got punished in the previous round. It's maybe something that GamerLegion weren't expecting. Now GamerLegion group up in the mid round, but Alistair in position, and again, he can't get the kill on that angle.
Bolt is looking nasty with that AK-47. The numbers game is here to trade, but the bomb's on the floor in a 3-on-3. That will buy time for rotation for Grayhound. See all the GamerLegion here, and Inz is doing his very best. Manages to stay alive as well. Makes a passive spot. Bombs drop to the floor. CTs are getting into ever stronger position. Sico coming in from the back as well. 25 seconds. Is there a place to plant this bomb? Sico desperately moving forward. Haven't committed to it just yet. Trying to bait a peek. Inz has been dropped. That's a big frag. Indeed. Sico coming through now. Now it's down to that 1v1. Liaz versus neaLaN. 10 seconds remaining. He's got to commit to this bomb plant. That'll give Liaz such a strong position. Instant headshot. And finally, a third round for Grayhound.
Yeah, nicely done from Liaz there in the 1v1. Knew he had a big advantage. Hearing that player plant on the site, could move into a difficult position to clear. And Liaz has maybe not been his best self when he's been on this Grayhound team, but I think we've seen in the past, depending on from what era of Counter-Strike you come from, whether it's Renegades or 100 Thieves or Extremum, Liaz can be so good in those late round positions at reading where to go, where to position himself. I think sometimes on Grayhound, he doesn't get into those positions because the earlier part of the round goes wrong. This time when he is needed after Volt does so much work early in the round, he does deliver in this one-on-one. It's an immediate headshot to make sure Grayhound get their third round. There we go. Timeout needed from GamerLegion. Grayhound showing us that they will not go down without a fight in this one. And GamerLegion, something to think about now.
Starting to come to life, our Grayhound. I've got to say, though, that peek from Volt onto Alistair was so nasty. Volt's leading on the kill feed at the moment. 10-3. Entries like that, he will be a hard man to stop. 3 rounds to the good. Our GamerLegion again. Grayhound with that aggression, possibly hurt on this occasion. Isaac's in a good spot to understand what the CTs are up to. While they get aggressive towards B, GamerLegion will look to make inroads towards an A bomb site. And again, it's Bolt who is lurking, trying to find an entry, but that is a fantastic grenade.
Keoz taken a couple of nades already in this map. Not fun for the sniper. He is still going to lead the way forward. Smoke should deny any chance for the opening pick they were hoping for. And elsewhere, Grayhound have just gone aggressive out through B. Good timing on this because the bomb is here right now with Isak. He's got to be very careful that he doesn't go down here. The timing on the fight is good from him, though. He deals with Sico, so the aggression from Grayhound won't pay off this time.
neaLaN goes beyond the incendiary, and Liaz could be in some trouble. He may think he's done more damage than he actually has with that headshot through the wall. 2 CTs per site then. This is great for GamerLegion. They're in a 5-on-2 situation. Vexite's going to head over towards the B bomb site, but can he get there in time? Alistair will spot 2 targets, including the bomb carrier. That's some very crucial information. And now Inz is on the move as well. 25 seconds, and Alistair will get 5 bombs another than. Once again, now goes the bomb, and most of GamerLegion are falling as well. Acor 1 versus 3, 15 seconds. Liaz trying to bait the shot, and Inz is here for the instant trade. 2 survive for Grayhound, but they're closing the gap.
Yeah, that's real solid work from Liaz. That double spray down at that back corner of the site makes a big difference. And again, GamerLegion seem to be struggling to deal with that one position. Great that Alistair had that incendiary timing so he could focus the one angle. That same spot again proves how powerful it can be for the CTs. You can just tuck into that corner, forces the opponents to swing wide into the site. Rotate arrives. Grayhound stepping up now as Volt spots those players early, just gets across before he gets shot.
That's a very fast peek from Grayhound, quite scary. You're in that GamerLegion position. That's good info for them as well. You're unscathed. That presence could be abused by the T side. Minute 30 on the clock. We feel like an eon. Still alive now. Keoz going through the smoke. He's got the right tool for the top. So many coming his way. Running low on the bullets, but still delivering. Vexai has overperformed there with 3 kills. Outrageous, getting split and delivering the goods. Surely Grayhound can finish this one off. neaLaN and Acor, 2 versus 3. Great hold by Vexai. Alistair's here to make things even worse for GamerLegion now. Perhaps it's a question of damage for neaLaN. Let's see if he can clutch. Diaz on the way, making plenty of sound. neaLaN gets his first 1v1, but Alistair's there to trade with the AK. Grayhound now coming to life in this first half, moving to 5 rounds. Again, heavy losses, standing alive with 2 at the end. The gap is close to 1.
This is a very impressive reply here from Grayhound with how many recent rounds they've won. Because GamerLegion had built up really good money earlier in this half with some pretty convincing round wins. Finally, Grayhound might have a slight buffer in their economy, but they've been having to grind out these rounds consistently. That's now 3 in a row for them. And Vexai, again, just showing that his raw aim is probably the best on this Grayhound team. He is a very capable rifler. Saw that again there. Gotta be careful. Vexai continues that aggressive stance towards mid. He's ready for this boost, though. Acor looking for the angle, but Vexai in the corner. Just adjust, but Acor able to trade.
Close to multi again. Now, where is that bomb headed? Volt is creeping around the A-bomb site once more. Ins will be waiting for him. That's where the bomb is rotating also. Alistair's got the information. Where's the rotation? He's got the rifle support here, which leaves Liaz alone. Keeping an eye towards the water. He'll show some presence of a grenade and start to rotate with that at the same time. Is he going to get there in time, though? We see isak is lurking. There's over a minute on the clock here, so if isak finds something, there's still an opportunity for that bomb to start rotating. Let's keep an eye on the radar. If they will pursue. In's trying to stay alive now. He's got help on the way as well. Can't catch Volt, though. That brief fly not working for him. There's neaLaN with Liaz. A difficult job to do, only good for 1. That leaves Alistair with a very tough task, and not much position either. Heading towards the napalm site. Again, every round is that Grayhound of 1 has come with many losses, at least 3 in most of them, if not all of them. So if they lose this round, the team is broke for the most part. Maybe this one's too much to ask in the 1v3.
And that's another round where isak does a real solid job at playing away from the rest of the pack and just keeping onto that map control, getting into positions where he doesn't get cleared out, doesn't lose that entire other side of the map. For Grayhound, Sico keeps getting it sent in as that player trying to push. He doesn't have any backup, so as soon as he loses that fight, you lose that information on the other side of the map. I think that is isak's big strength as a player. I think in a lot of aspects he seems pretty solid, but his positioning and his read on what's going on the map always seems to be pretty good on this GamerLegion team. Seen that in the last couple of rounds. Now for Grayhound, that money is awkward. As you said, they'll buy what they can, but it's not the best buy you've ever seen. There's even a P250 in the hands of Vexai for this round.
Again, the aggression from Grayhound, but not quite what they were looking for. That's a disaster for them. neaLaN eating a flashbang and still delivering not 1 but 2 kills. That is going to break Grayhound in half in this 13th round. Again, they can't really afford to lose rounds like this at this point. May force Alistair forward to try and find something for this one, and it's Volt again. He just can't get a fatal connection on him often. 13 for 5 is Volt, still standing in this one as the Grayhound forces start to fall yet further. Alistair and Ins now. Ins only on at Deagle versus the 4 of GamerLegion. Try to make something happen early. Too many targets, not enough frags.
Bomb's still back here. Okay, In spots the bomb and then looks away at just the wrong time. That's a real shame. Alistair still with a chance to do something. Drop down, but Acor deals with him. So no drama for GamerLegion, even with that bomb being left behind. They take their 8th round. This might be a really good end to the half now. Grayhound forced into the eco. This could easily end up being 9 or 10 T rounds for GamerLegion. That's that early spray from neaLaN that just made all the difference.
Alistair just trying to escape there. Difficult half for Grayhound. However, they've got enough rounds for a fighting chance moving forward into the second. One more round to come before that, of course.
Wow.
Vault gets deleted with the USBs, no less. Target practice for GamerLegion, although took it out of hand with 4 players alive. Grayhound slide. Oh. This is not looking good for neaLaN.
It's a crazy wall bang. Oh, Isak again, though. Look at this man. No way they clear this. Double spray, but traded. That's another AK. Maybe recovered here, and Liaz has got another kill. Back to a 2-on-2.
Yeah, maybe asking too much of the Mac-10, expecting no Kevlar, but still, that's quite the range. Acor has got a nice angle to deliver the goods here. Sico seems fancies the AK-47 over the 1v2 with no kit and no Kevlar. So he will disengage, and hey, that could make the difference in the next round. We'll see if Grayhound can make it to 6, but GamerLegion will certainly make it to 9. I think they'll be very happy with how this half has gone thus far. Maybe feeling like they should have more rounds. I think they did lose, I think it was at least 1 eco round. So certainly they'll feel like they should come out of this half with at least 10, maybe 11 rounds.
Good for them to do just that. It's one of the first times they've actually been able to catch Vault out on that A side of the map. Previously, I think it was 3 times Alistair has landed that AWP shot. Not got the kill out right. It nearly led to some chance into the round, but without the utility, Acor's AWP able to just hold the line. Last round of the half, Grayhound start with 3 towards B. That flash onto Acor gives away that the AWP is there. They'll put a smoke down so Vault can't move up from the other side. Should be aware that this AWP is in position on B long, so no need to give away that fight unnecessarily.
Lovely flick from Acor. Alistair with the M4 is creeping. He goes for that pick, surely he's in trouble. Oh, the elbow's been seen now, but the white swing from Alistair will be plenty. Isak's here to trade though. Keep things in their favor. He'll do even better than that first kill. Leaving ends in a 1 versus 4. A half full of misery for Grayhound will soon come to a close. Likely 5 rounds on the board, indeed it will be. That'll be a relief that they can focus on the next one, but first it'll be a break. We'll see if they can improve in the second half.
Try to double cross me, dog. Just let me relax. Stop assuming what we doing. Keep it moving, what we doing. Cause it can get bigger. Cause it can get bigger. Cause it can get bigger. Hey, please don't play no games with me. I promise I'm too much. Hey, I can never let up even if you had enough. Ay, this ain't for the faint of heart, we always playing rough. I had enough, it ain't luck. I needed a vision, I needed ambition, I needed a mission to beat in submission with no intermission. I see the collision, the crash in the distance ain't coming off track, no. Now when they ask what's the motive, don't talk like the show. They all about to see what I mean in the moment. I gotta keep going, I'm shaking the dice and I'm keeping it rolling. They already know. Ain't got no other plans, you don't need to understand. Ay, we on overtime, you don't need to understand. Ay, you just show them how to do it when you don't know what to say. Tell me how you plan to win if you plan to play it safe. Moving fast, already gone, yeah, but you bringing me back. Try to double cross me, dog. Just let me relax. Stop assuming what we doing. Keep it moving, what we doing. Cause it can
switch up my hair color. If people start to wonder where I am this summer, I'll be living in my passion.
My God, he's a viral! The best in the game!
Second half is upon us. Happy faces on the Grayhound side. Again, it was a very difficult half for them, but they got rounds on the board, and that is ultimately what matters when you get to the end of the line. The new line begins, though, in this second half. We'll see if they can improve on their score versus the GamerLegion, who were, for the most part, in control, dictated the pace, went from slow to very fast when they felt like it, and took what they wanted in many of these rounds.
Yeah, GamerLegion looking quite comfortable in this one. Grayhound were putting a little together towards the end there, but let's see if them getting to dictate the pace will help them out on that T side. Definitely felt as though GamerLegion were just able to initially play in the late round, then switch it up with some faster plays. So perhaps Grayhound getting to choose how the game goes themselves will help them slightly. Anubis, of course, is that T-sided map that we have in the pool, the only one that we really have right now. So that is something to remember heading into this one. It is not completely over for Grayhound, but a pistol round would go a long way to helping them find some success. They'll get a good bit of utility. No P250 though, just happy to stick with the 5 Glocks. GamerLegion will have that one pair of dualies that have become oh so common in the pistol rounds. They might get some action early here as Grayhound are moving towards A right now.
Playing a dangerous game is Keoz, especially when no one's got a helmet. Very well timed though, lots of spam. He avoided, backside burst in with the bomb. That's the bomb lost. No space created. They are just on the floor right in front of that smoke, both of them, backside and neaLaN. And this is a disastrous start to a pistol round for Grayhound. That bomb is in enemy territory. 5 on 3, and oh, it just gets even worse, man. This is as rough as sandpaper for Grayhound. What remains of them in versus the world. That takes Geographically Challenged to a new level once the bomb is lost and there are no frags. That's a fantastic start to the CT side for GamerLegion.
Yeah, you'd have thought they would understand that, you know, Geographically Challenged out of the game. Maybe don't make that mistake in game as well, but that bomb goes so far. It flew so far towards GamerLegion as well. It just made it impossible for Grayhound to do anything there. You have to have the protocols for when that smoke goes down. Are you just going to push through altogether? Are you going to wait it out? It looked like the first 2 players jumped through. The other 2 didn't follow. A little too easy for GamerLegion to clean up those kills. Now it is a full Glock round for Grayhound. Very even kill distribution for GamerLegion as well, which is great to see. Volt just slightly ahead of the rest of the pack. That's also a really good sign because I think Volt is meant to be one of the star players on this squad. He was maybe a little weaker than you would hope in terms of the numbers he put up at Cologne. So if he can start to step up, maybe GamerLegion can hit a whole different level. I like that lurk smoke from Acor.
Dirty
Very
gimmicks.
cheeky.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I didn't think you'd go for it. I'm like, everyone knows that, but, you know, you still got to deal with it. I love the brazenness, the lack of respect. It's simply rude. That's what you want to see. Why is Inns not showing a pistol on the HUD? Does he have a pistol?
He's dropped it.
He didn't have a pistol. Where did his pistol go?
That is wild.
Let's just turn it into nightmare mode, shall we? I'm so curious as to what just happened in that round. What became of his pistol?
It's a really good question. I'm just trying to like rack my brain. What possible reason could there be? Because like you're not running out of ammo with the Glock ever. Like that can't have been it. Yeah,
I wonder if the fists will. No. I was thinking. I wonder if the fists will make an appearance in CS2. The danger zone fists
Yeah.
But why would you fist when you have a knife?
Yeah. That would be ultimate BM though, if you could just turn your get rid
Yeah.
of your knife and just punch for like 1 damage. Great. Oh, we do have that full buy for Grayhound. They need this round, and they're going to group up outside B early. Looks like they have a play in mind. Sneak might work for Vexite. He cracks the bomb site open.
Oh, that flash makes things slightly awkward, but liaZ through the smoke does what is needed to be done. 4 on 3 then. GamerLegion not giving anything as that bomb is planted, so I don't imagine they will pursue this round. Grayhound enjoying the luxuries of the AK-47s now, having confidence with those entries. Quick run for them. Successful rounds. And again, once those frags come through and you've lost position, CT hands are basically tied.
I think that's another great example of how key Vexite is to this team. I said it earlier, he attempts the most entries on this Grayhound squad. And on T's side, he still wins 48% of his opening duels, which is really solid, honestly. Because if you're getting that man advantage 48% of the time, it's going to help tremendously. And some of those rounds where he doesn't get the opening, I'm sure he gets traded. So a good example of the value Vexite can provide to this squad. This time he had a player in front of him, but he just holds the angle. Good play from liaZ, realizing he can pounce through that smoke onto neaLaN. Well coordinated, a quick round for Grayhound. I'd love to have a couple more of those to really get back into this game.
Big round for Grayhound now. Alistair's seen one stuck in the corner. Oh, surely they had to stop him from escaping that situation. He's gone back to say hello again. Vexite's here as well. This is going to be a fast-paced round. isak finally drops, but the bomb's gone through the smoke once more. They've got to continue behind it. neaLaN and Keoz delivering the goods. Oh boy, it's going to be rough for Grayhound. Alistair doesn't last very long. He was in the red. Now he's gone. In 1 versus 3, all of a sudden, they had so many players there. But what have they got to show for it after all of that? Griefed by the player who was stuck behind the pillar. But there's almost nothing that they have at the end of the round. That turned out really rough. Considering how many people they had in position, Grayhound. They got melted again.
I think it's just all that early info, and isak just surviving so long. Means the rifles are ready. I mean, Acor even rotating in at the end there. isak, he has this weird habit. I think his movement is just like a bit jerky sometimes, and it means he seems to survive for so long. I don't know if we really always understand it. I don't know how he survived so long there, but fair play to isak. Now Grayhound, slight limitations in their buy, and Acor established on the angle early. He'll take that kill. Volt will stick in position. Now hold on to this map control.
Can't believe he was stuck in the corner and came back to look again. Volt now having the best time around an A bomb site on the CT side. That presence is really important for Grayhound. With the time on the clock, they still have options on the map. So that kill gives them some more space and stretches GamerLegion out with the 4 that they have remaining. Acor with 3 HP will likely be in a more passive position than he otherwise might be. So there's some promise in this round for Grayhound, but they can't have a repeat of the last one where they just got deleted going into the B bomb site.
Round aggression can be so important as a CT on this map. Have to take some risks on the CT side, and Keoz delivers at just the right time. He hears the flash coming, plays ahead of it, but Acor was so low that he gets tagged down. And it's this position that cost GamerLegion a couple of times that could work for them here, because neaLaN sneaking into the site takes down 2, and Inz is so far away. This should just be a stick from neaLaN, straight on the bomb. The sneaky position pays off for GamerLegion.
Stress. I think there's one way to describe this game of Anubis for Grayhound, and that is stress. Great lineup, great timing, great hidden presence from neaLaN. Appears at the right time to devastating effect. Have a look at this. Second player with the grenade in his hand. Nothing to be done there. He was purely a passenger on that journey. GamerLegion have felt like they're in a driving seat from the beginning of this game of Anubis, just 2 rounds away from taking the pick of Grayhound.
I didn't quite catch it, but I think that was maybe only the second timeout taken by Grayhound. Maybe that lack of coach, again, being a bit of an issue there. Sometimes you just want to stop your opponent's momentum more than anything. GamerLegion have had plenty of that on this map. Grayhound's map pick not going well for them. We were saying earlier, it's not a map that Grayhound play that often, but I think they're attempting it as a punish here because GamerLegion have basically never played Anubis. Well, clearly, if that punish was the idea, it has not paid off on this map. GamerLegion have looked so solid. Sico again establishes himself on a proactive angle early. They need to use utility to deny him here. Tight angle, but he can hit these shots, and he does exactly that.
Grayhound continue to pursue. Vexite dropped, and again, that bomb has been lost in a crucial position, completely exposed once more. That bomb's on the front page of TMZ. Alistair, 1v5, nothing to show on this occasion. Grayhound leave that round empty-handed, and might leave this map empty-handed as well as GamerLegion find themselves on map point.
Talk about a good kill distribution for a team to have. GamerLegion are all so close together. Part thanks to these couple of kills from Acor, catching up with the rest of the squad. Not too easy for him as he locks down mid. Bolt continues his fine form. And I think for Grayhound, the less they remember this map, the better for them going forwards in this tournament. Not been a great start to Pro League Season 18 for them. GamerLegion, they continue to show us they are a very capable team. Sneak into B for Grayhound. Timing looks good here. Looks very good for them. Acor completely overwhelmed because both his teammates went down. So again, Grayhound find a bit of success popping onto B. Again, this comeback is so tricky. It's just one step of many.
Yeah, and we have seen crazy comebacks recently from different squads. We'll see if Grayhound are able to do it. It is a long road. I think in scenarios like this, the short-term aim has to be that double-figure 10 mark, and then after that, can aim towards the overtime. I feel like when a team on the comeback gets around 9 or 10 rounds, and there's a high level of urgency to the team in the lead, but we'll see if we get that far. Bit by bit, 1 round at a time. It's the halfway mark at this point for Grayhound, 7-15. Much work to be done. There is money for a buy for GamerLegion, so no concerns just yet in that regard. Time it's Inns and Vexite who get the better side on the lineups on that bomb site. Grayhound are very familiar with being victimized on Anubis in this vacuum. See if they can enact revenge in the coming rounds then. Very quick is Alistair. We'll see if the grenades come towards that stairs position as Grayhound offered very early on in the first half.
Acor again making his mark on mid, or at least trying to. Did in a previous round. This angle so hard to deal with. Alistair not prepared. Acor using that smoke to his advantage to get on that angle, and now neaLaN puts them 2 players up. GamerLegion looking good to convert this map point here.
Every offering of presence is very expensive for Grayhound. Only 3 players on the map, so much information. Even if you're offering a fake, what is left on the other side? There is a big defense of that B bomb site from GamerLegion. So we've added a risk. Maybe there is increased reward as well. Bolt left alone on the A bomb site for now as Keoz will see presence around mid. Liaz and Sico slowly creeping in, and that means a split could be on. This compromises Bolt immediately. Liaz drops him, and suddenly the numbers are even. Isak trying to cut off that rotation. He will do exactly that. 30 seconds to get that bomb planted ahead of the incendiary as well, but decapitated by Liaz, and still there's more work to be done. Great job to bring it back to this point. Not over just yet, though. You can see Acor is creeping that AWP, and neaLaN continues to deliver 3 kills in a round for him as neaLaN considers his options. This wipes the money for GamerLegion. Through the smoke he goes. Oh boy, this could get quite interesting. Sico delivers a shot, and that timing is brutal. There's no kit for neaLaN. Now there is. He's got the AWP as well. neaLaN is creeping. This could get very interesting. There might still be some play in this one. The scope is here. neaLaN's not peeking just yet. He's holding the defuse though. Massive headshot from neaLaN to keep in the fight.
neaLaN's timed that perfectly. Knew that he could swing with, well, maybe even less than a second left on that defuse. But at that point, how is the CT going to get off the bomb? He basically can't. So it is a headshot that delivers the round for the team. Shout out neaLaN. Some of these shots, really impressive just to get into this position in the first place. It got awkward when they passed each other in the smoke. That's the moment where neaLaN realizes, okay, if he gets off the bomb, I probably win the round. And if not, I back myself to hit the headshot. And with good reason, after seeing some of those shots he landed earlier in the round. That's a great glimpse at what neaLaN is capable of. Just haven't seen it enough on this Grayhound team. I think with the right structure, it could be such a good piece to this puzzle.
And if we go back to the beginning of the first half, we were kind of looking for an opportunity to talk about some of these players, but it's taken so long, round 23, to pick up neaLaN. Just to show you how rough a game this has been for Grayhound. Only at this point do we really get to talk over an excellent demonstration of what he is capable of. And perhaps it comes too late in this game of Anubis. But it will keep on trucking for the time being. They head towards 9 rounds, so let's see if they can get to 10 then. Of course, that was an eco round. Quick in, quick out on that one. There'll be a buy here for GamerLegion. Maybe missing a piece here and there with about 4,500 on some of these players, but they will still bring plenty into round 25.
See if Grayhound can deal with some of that mid-aggression Acor has been throwing at them, or whether Acor switches things up. In fact, the AWP will go over to B and look for a fast fight in this round. Straight in with the flash, but Sico able to get the kill while blind. There was isak right behind for the trade, though. So 1 for 1 early with that CT aggression. Now Grayhound will take some map control over to A as a nice, fast reply.
This angle from Volt is nasty. You can see the cavalry is on the way immediately, but he rings backside. Still just looking for that final shot with the pistol. Not going to get it. Ince has got an off angle, but he's compromised now as neaLaN tries to make his way in. That incendiary will buy some time. 3 on 2 in favor of Grayhound. Things could escalate quickly, though. Vexite needs to get that bomb planted while Alice is posted up on the angles. That smoke won't be there forever. 1 minute on the clock. There is a HE for isak if he can find an angle for it. We'll see if he does. Oh, that's a close one. Vexite down to 6. Big delivery from Alistair, leaving neaLaN in the clutch. This is very doable for him, especially now. Just 1 bullet required for neaLaN, and there it is. They did what they could. They tried to make the comeback. Didn't get to 10 in the end. GamerLegion, strong from the start, will have a strong finish. 16-9.
Perfect patience from neaLaN for the clutch, too. That was so well done. Waits for it to come to him. What a showing from GamerLegion, starting as they need to go on to Season 18 of ESL Pro League.